So I'm going to start with a flowing exercise today. So you're going to come onto all fours. So turning onto all fours, hands underneath your shoulders and knees underneath your hips. And then relax the feet and just finding your start position in 4-point kneeling. Now it's an active position, it's not a relaxed position. You're going to be active. So you're going to lift your chest. Think about the ribs really hugging your chest here. Stomach muscles pulling in just enough to find that connection and finding your neutral spine. Small curve here. You're trying not to flatten too much as a cat. So we're coming into just a nice curve, releasing the sit bones. And then think about the neck being nice and long. And then spread the hands out a bit. So you've got a bit of space between the hands too. Okay, so shoulders nice and relaxed, but just active and lifting just enough to find that lift. Now from here, we're going to go into cat. So you're going to round the back. So you're going to round the back slightly, pushing that tail in between your legs, and then trying to open up the lower back, mid back, upper back, and then drop the head. So we're going to hold it here. You're going to push back slightly towards your heels. So really trying to find that space underneath you. Take a breath in, and a breath out, and then we come back. So I'm pushing the head and tail back, and then lining everything back up again. Do it again. So we're taking that tailbone in between the legs, carving the lower back, pelvic tilt, lifting through the mid back, upper back, dropping the head, finding that space, scoop the belly, push back slightly towards your heels, hold it there, and then release. Now I want you to push back, so finding your neutral spine again. So it's active, it's not the sinking down, it's active and lifting. I'm going to push back towards the heels and then lean in towards the hands. So be gentle with wrists here. This is now to help you if you're sitting on the computer quite a lot like I'm doing. I was on the computer all evening yesterday. I'm trying to release some of the muscles into the wrists and the hips and the knees. So you're pushing forward and then release, sitting back. So they're coming forward slightly and then going back. One more. So coming forward slightly and then going back. Now coming back onto all fours, so we're going to add a rotation here. We're going to make it flow. So you're going to take your right hand, slide it underneath, thread the needle, bend the left elbow, and sliding down, hold it there, and then lengthen back out, and then reach out to the side and turn your chest up towards the ceiling. So just do that. So we do it again. So we slide down, reaching under, finding rotation, trying to stay with your spine in the middle, slide back out, and then lift, and then turn and reach. And one more. So we slide down, reaching under, and then lift, and turn, and reach up towards the ceiling. Now changing side. So place the hand down, left palm is now facing up towards your chest, right elbow will bend, sliding under. Now if it's too much to bend and hinge from your hip here, you push the hip slightly further back. So hip is going further back. If you can, you hinge down from the hip. Find the rotation, not pushing towards our front hand, staying in the middle, and then coming back, and lift, and turn, and reach. Last one. So we come down again, and down, and lift, and reach, and lengthen up towards the ceiling. Now the next one we do is a move, I call it a moving cat. It's a cat and a cobra. So we go back towards the heels, we push the elbows down, chest and head hovering off the floor, pushing that tail up, push past your hands, and then lift back up. Round the back into cat, drop the head, pushing back towards your heels, drop the elbows, hover just off the floor, pushing the tail up like a cobra, and lifting back up again. Two more. So we're pushing back towards the heels, drop the elbows, hover just the floor, push fast, and then lift back up. Last one. After this, we're going to go into Cobra. So we're going to hover just off the floor, lifting back up, and then round the back up towards the ceiling. Now coming back into Cobra, or down into Cobra. So use your arms, place yourself down, and then taking the hands a little bit wider, but keeping the elbows back where you have them. We're going to do a tight Cobra. And release the feet if you need to. Feet and legs wider for the back if you need to, or keeping them quite close if you can. So we're going to lift from here. Looking down towards the mat, pushing those shoulders away from your ears, shoulder blades back towards your waist. Lifting the head, peel the chest, pushing into the hands, and push those elbows back down towards the floor. That depends on your mobility in your back here. You're holding this position, pushing those shoulders back down, and then placing yourself nice and slow down into the floor. 2 more. So we're lifting the head, feel the chest, pushing those shoulders away from the ears, lifting up and hold. If there's too much here, the arms wider, just a normal Cobra, and then coming back down again. 1 more. So lifting the head, feel the chest, pushing those elbows back, shoulders down away from your ears, hold, arms are working, back is working, and then coming all the way back and all the way down. Push back towards your heels, we do it again. So sitting back towards your heels, stretching out into rest position or child's pose, and then we come back into the cat. So we do the cat again, but this time we're going to do an oblique cat. So taking the left hand in front of the right, keeping your spine still, again all that space underneath you. We're going to go into that rounded back first. So tailbone down, lifting the spine up towards the ceiling, drop the head in between the arms slightly, coming past the middle, lengthen out the head and tail, continue to lift the head and chest, and then pushing the tail up towards the ceiling. Now I have a tight back because I sat in front of a computer for many years, so I'm still trying to work through it now, and then coming back, level out the spine, and then round the back again, breath in as you hold, and then breath out as you push back, neutral spine, lift the head, lift the chest, and trying to carve. Last one on this side, lifting up through the spine, breath in, hold, and breath out, level out the spine, lift the head, the chest, trying to get that movement in the upper back, and then coming back, change hand out to the side, right hand on top of the left, and again, so we're round the back, drop the head, breathe in, feel the legs, and then breathe out. Take that spine back into neutral, lift the head, lift the chest, pushing the tailbone up, stomach muscles push down, and again, coming into the rounded back, into the round, head down, breath in, and then breathing out, and then coming back, head, chest, pushing away from the tail, last one, and then lifting up into the rounded cat, breath in, and breath out, lift the head, lift the chest, pushing up those shoulders away from the ears, tailbone goes up towards the ceiling, and then release. And then we go into tread the needle, but slightly different. So I'm going to slide, I'm going to slide towards you first. So left hand sliding down and underneath, bending same as we started before. We slide under, and then come back. Now we're going to lengthen out the opposite leg, so toes under, and then turn out to the side, reaching over, lengthen around the spine and the hip now, and then come back, slide a foot back in. So trying to stay in the middle, a bit more challenging, and do the same side again. So we slide under, and reach, coming back, level out the weight into the knee and the hand, slide the leg out, reach out to the side, and turn. And last one, slide a foot back in, stay in the middle, and slide under, make sure that not that full weight onto that wrist, and then back, slide the leg out, and lift, and reach up towards the ceiling, hold it there, open up that shoulder, and then we release, and then the side. So find the space underneath you, taking the right palm, face it up towards the ceiling, left elbow is now going to bend, nice long spine, and then we slide under, bending that elbow, reach, and then come back, and then slide the opposite leg out, toes under, turn, arm out, turn the chest, turn the shoulder, reach up towards the ceiling, and then come back, so you can slide our foot back without changing the spine, and slide under again, reach, and then back, taking the foot out, stay in the middle, level out the weight, turn the chest, reaching up towards the ceiling, lovely, good, and back, slide the foot back in, last one, and slide under, breath in, breathing out, stay in the middle, slide the foot out, turn, and reach up towards the ceiling, lengthen as far as you can, open up the shoulder, and reach, round that hip, and then come back and release. And then we go back into that moving cat Cobra. So we push back towards the heels, bend the elbows, hover just off the floor, and then push past your hands. And then round the back up towards the ceiling. So you keep going with this one. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect, you can perfect it over the weeks. You're just trying to mobilize the spine, lifting up towards the ceiling, last one, and then pushing past the hands, and lift. Good. And if we can now, stepping out into a plank, or come down the same as you did before. So we're stepping out into a plank, 1 and 2, Stomach muscles supporting now. Find that nice length through the spine. And I'm going to bend the elbows to come down. So if this is too much, bend the knees. Breath in, breathing out. And then place yourself onto the floor. Cobra. Arms a bit wider. Feet as wide as you need to. Toes out. Arms here. And then we do a full cobra. So elbows out to the side. Lift the head. Peel the chest. Lifting up. Peeling off that floor. Hands push into the floor. Lifting up. Opening up the elbows. Now if you need to have the legs a little bit wider, then you do that. Make sure that you get an even curve. So the hips are also part of this exercise. And then come back down. So coming all the way back down again. And we do it again. So peeling the head, peel the chest, lifting off the floor, hold it there. So glute muscles active here as well because we are working through the back muscles, all the muscles in the back chain, working now, holding, and then coming back down. And again, lifting, pushing that nose away, lift the head, chest, push into the hands, open up, hold it there. Freedom around the neck, it's not tense. And then coming all the way back down. Last one. So we're lifting up, head and chest, pushing to the hands, open up the hips. That's the whole point of this exercise, to open up the front as well. Feeling the muscles in the front of the hips, stretching out, and hold. And then you're ready to come all the way back down. Good. Now hands next to your chest, pushing up, lift, and then we turn onto your side. So we're going to take a block or cushion if you have that, and then we do arm openings. So arm openings is a rotational exercise. So we're just going to line up onto the floor. Both knees are bent, spine is lengthened, both arms are reaching out in front. So bottom arm is relaxed. Trying to stack the shoulders, pull the stomach muscles in enough. Now I'm doing this as an improver, intermediate level, where I'm lifting up from the floor. If you need to, you place yourself down. It just means that you're turning into a slightly twisted spine. But so if you can, find a lift. So we're lifting up against gravity. Arms are reaching forward. Now I'm going to lift first, and just think about that arm reaching up towards the ceiling. You can turn the eyes and look up towards the hand as well. So reaching up, opening up the shoulder, but not pushing the shoulder any closer to the ear. So reaching up and hold, and then come back down again. And now then add that turn of the chest. So we're lifting up towards the ceiling, and then turning over. Think about the nice length. There's lots of space in the spine, and reaching back behind you, and then lifting back up towards the ceiling, and then coming all the way back down. So we do 3 more. So it's a lift, then reach, open up the chest, turn, look behind you, and reach, and then back up towards the ceiling, all the way back down. So breath in, breath out, reaching, opening up the chest, and then coming back down. So it's nice around the hip as well, this one. So it's lifting up, open up, and turn, and reach, and then coming all the way back down. And then change sides. So coming up the ceiling, lifting up, change sides, and then taking a block with the cushions with you. And then we go straight onto the other side before we go to core muscles. So arms stretching out, shoulders stacked, making sure you're stacking up here as well if you can. So as a lift, bottom of the arm is relaxed. Lift the arm first and just think about that length through the arm. So you're trying to open up these muscles here as well. Lifting up and hold. And I'm going to turn. Sorry, we came down in between, coming down. So we're lifting up towards the ceiling, reaching up, and then turning in the chest, looking behind you if you can. I got the wall in the way. And then lift back up, and then come all the way back down. 3 more. So it's lift and turn, and back and down. So stomach muscles just enough, turning on enough here, so you can use them as you come back. Good. So it's lifting up, reaching up towards the ceiling, turn, open up the chest, hold it there, and then lifting back up towards the ceiling, and then coming all the way back down. Good. So we turn now onto the back. So turning onto your back, taking the block away, you don't need it anymore. So coming down is also an exercise, so make sure you're working through here as well. So we're going to come down, lengthen the arms away, bend the knees, straight legs if you need to, and then we're going to scoop the belly. So nice long spine, scoop the belly, coming down slow. Try to use the stomach muscles to come down, soften the shoulders, think about length through the spine, coming down, pushing that tailbone down, lower back down, mid back down, shoulders, and then the head, and then taking the arms down by your side. Okay, so we're going to go to stomach muscles. So we're going to work from here. Now I'm going to start with just hands behind the head, starting with a couple of curls to make it easier, and think about where you're on space with your neutral spine or imprint. So that's the difference. Neutral spine has got a gap, imprint is the lower back pushing into the floor. Elbows slightly lifted, slightly neutral, lifting the head and shoulders, looking towards the knees, and then coming back down. So we keep moving, breathing out to lift, and then breath in to come back down. Breathing out to lift, and then back down. Now, so I'm really trying to use the muscles here at the top to lift. Mine like to flare a bit, so I'm concentrating on taking my head and shoulders down, and then lifting back up again. So you might have different things that you focus on. It's important, we're all individuals. So it's lifting up, 2 more, and back down. I keep my hips nice and calm if I can, and back down. Now coming into oblique curls, so we lift and turn, and then back down. Halfway, and lift and turn, and back. Now the feet and the legs are staying still. We're just warming up the obliques, the stomach muscles. 2 more, lift, and back, and then lift, and back, head and shoulders down. Now, lifting the legs, so we go to scissors. So scissors can be done in neutral, if you can. If you need to, again, you're pushing into imprint when you come up with the second leg. So lifting one leg up, lifting the second leg up. Now if it's too much with both legs lifted, you can have one leg down, we're going to tap down. So we're tapping one foot down towards the floor, and lift back up. Breath out, breath in. The Zoe does this, it's lovely, I like this. When you're holding your knees like this, you know where you're in space. So we're tapping down and lift. Tapping down and lift. I'm really trying to maintain the space here. So if you have neutral, you're trying to stay neutral, and just using your pelvic floor and your deep abdominals here. So you're trying to zip up and hollow as the muscles go. Now keeping the chest soft. Mine is working all the way through here. I can feel it on legs and back. 2 more. So tap and lift, and tap and lift. Now we can do the breathing both ways here. Just make sure you're breathing somewhere and trying to hold connection. I'm doing breath out and then breath in. Breath out and breath in. Last one. Breath out and breath in. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a rest, and then taking the feet down to the floor. Now hands behind the head again. So I'm going to lift the head and shoulders and come up. Now I want you to go into a double knee fold again, if you can, or you're keeping one leg down. So one leg down for easier, both legs up, a little bit harder. Now we're going to lengthen one leg away. So it's a stretch of the leg, reaching out, breathing out, working from here, and then bend the knee back in. So it's breath out, and then back in. Now we're coming closer to intermediate rather than improver. So if this is too much, you're taking 1 foot down towards the floor. I'm going to do that now. So 1 foot down and just lengthen out and then bring it back in. So improvers, beginners, if you're watching, you need to take it down a bit with the foot down to the floor, because you don't want to change the position here of the back. Head and shoulders stay lifted, hands behind the head, doing the harder version again, reaching out and then back in. Breathing out and back in. 2 more. Breathing out and back in. And breath out. Last on both sides. And back in. How are you feeling? And reaching out. And back in. Hugging those knees in towards your chest. And just give yourself a rest. Now coming into, we're going to do this one again that we did on Wednesday. So we're going to do double leg stretch from here by using one leg. So one leg comes up, float it up. Then lift head and shoulders. And then going to reach down towards your knees. Hold it there. Lift the arms up, circle the arms back towards the knee. So the head and shoulders stay the same. So we lift the arms, circle the arms, reach towards the knee. Take a breath in, and then breath out. I'm going to make it a little bit harder, so don't take the arms down far if it's too much. Arms go back, and then circle back towards the knee. 2 more. Arms go back, and circle back towards the knee. Keep the eyes on the knee, arms back, and circle back towards the knee. Fold the knee in, arms down, foot down, change side. So we're lifting down the leg, lifting the arms, reaching up towards the knees, lengthen the leg away, hold it there. So just hold it, lift the arms, reach out, circle back towards your knees. Lifting the arms, circle back towards the knees. So I'm making it harder now. Only if you can, arms go back a little bit further and then circle back towards the knees. So breath in and then breathing out. 2 more. Breath in and then breathing out. Breath in and then breathing out, and then fold the knee in towards your chest and then foot down. Now we're adding the leg as well. So the leg is going to move as well. So change leg again. Lifting the leg, lifting up, reaching towards your knee. Now, as the leg goes out, the arms will go out at the same time. And then circle, come back. So reach, and circle, come back. And reach, and circle, come back. Last one. Reach, and circle, come back. Knee in towards your chest, foot down, change leg. Lifting the leg, reaching the arms, lift the hand and shoulders. I'm now in an imprint because I've got a long torso. So arms and legs out at the same time, and then breathe out to come back. If it's too much, just stay with the arms moving or just the leg. So reaching out and then come back in. 2 more. Reaching out and then come back in. And reach and then back in. Fold the knee in towards your chest and then take the foot down. Now we're going to release the neck. We just work the neck quite a lot. So relax everything into the floor. Relax your sit bones. Relax the back of the rib cage. Soften the chest. Just press it down. And then take the arms down by your side. Widen the shoulders. Take a breath in. And then just breathe out and look over your shoulder. So we're breathing out, looking over the shoulder. Just stretching and lengthening the muscles in the neck. And then a breath in. Looking back up towards the ceiling, and a breath out, looking over the other shoulder. So breath in to look back up towards the ceiling, and a breath out, look over your shoulder. Breath in to look back, and a breath out to look over your shoulder. Good. And then back in. Then we go to glute exercises. So we're going to lift the hips now. So bring the feet closer if you need to. So feet closer uses less hamstrings. If the feet are further away, you have to use glutes and hamstrings together. So, arms down by your side. Keeping that chest nice and soft. You're going to lift the hips straight up. So we've done spine curls in the last couple of weeks. Now this time we're going to lift straight up. If you need to, small pelvic tilt, squeeze your glutes and then lift up to support the back. So squeezing the glutes, lifting the hips straight up towards the ceiling. And I'm really trying to find position here. So really trying to open up the hips, squeeze the glutes. Sitting does this for us, it really gets tight everywhere. So soften the chest, open up the hips, and then come back down again. And do it again. So we squeeze the buttocks, lifting up, hold it there. I can tell I've been sitting for 5 hours yesterday, not good. And then come back down again. So squeezing into your glutes, lifting up, squeeze your buttocks, hold it there, and then come back down again. So we're going to squeeze the buttocks and hold. Find position, soften the chest, open up the hips, turn the pelvis, tailbone going down towards your heels, hold it there, and now see if you can push the knees out as well. So this is where we're going to start using the band next week. So we're going to push the knees out and then bring them back in. Now, as I'm pushing the knees a couple of inches out, you might not be able to see it, so I think you can. So push the knees slightly out, a couple of inches back in. You're still trying to maintain that position of the pelvis. So the glute muscles are pushing in, pushing that tailbone away, turn the pelvis towards you as the knees go out and then back in. So really active through the legs. So pushing in and then back out. Now can you relax your shoulders? So really pushing your shoulders away. Relax the rib cage, you're not using them yet. So pushing out and then back in. 2 more. Pushing out and back in. Really active through the glutes here. And back in. Good. Hold it there. Then we lift the toes. We lift the toes. Press into the heels, hold it there, squeeze the buttocks, don't go into a cramp, hold, feel the toes going down into the floor, and then coming all the way down. Lovely. Okay, shake up the hips a bit. So just shake them out a bit. Now from here, we're going into a stretch, because we're coming on to the finish. So So bring your feet a bit closer, taking that left foot onto the right knee, I'm doing the opposite way, then bringing my foot off the floor and I'm pressing in. And so I'm going to press in with this knee. If you need to, you take hold of the knees, drop that foot, pressing in with one knee in towards the foot. Now the opposite knee is going to try to press in towards your shoulder. You're going to use your hand to push it out. So it's going to be an active stretch. I'm going to push that knee out and the knee is trying to push in towards my shoulder. So really active, both muscles work in the arm, in the leg, keep pressing, breathing, breath in, breathing out, breath in, breathing out, and then release and then change. So taking the foot away, placing one foot onto the opposite knee, push the knee slightly away, keeping the hips level, lift the heel off the floor, lift the foot. Again, if you need to, take hold of the leg, bring it in, hold of the knees, bring it in. I'm using just my legs. So pushing in, letting the foot drop in, really pressing with that knee into the foot. And again, I'm going to stretch out this one. So this knee is now going to try to come into the shoulder. I'm going to push it out. So I'm going to push it out at the same time. So it's active through the muscles in the leg. So I'm pressing out with my palm, using the muscles in my arm, and at the same time pressing that knee in towards the shoulder and trying to relax in the rest of the rib cage and the spine. So keep pressing and breathing. Breath in, breath out. One more breath in, and breath out. Really active to that leg, and then release. Lovely. Take hold of the back of the knees, come up to sitting, roll like a ball. So you can hold the hands here as well. Lift the head and shoulders, lifting up, rolling up. Ooh, there we are. And then turning onto the front. So we've got a couple of minutes. So I'm going to come onto the front, going into a dart for a couple. Looking down towards the floor, lengthen those arms down onto the floor, palms facing up towards the ceiling, turn the toes in, heels turning out, and then coming into a dart. So you're looking down, you're lifting the nose off the floor, lift the chest, just barely off the floor, lift the shoulders, open up, a bit more than you think because you're being pushed down by gravity. Then you're going to lengthen the shoulders, elbows and fingers and reaching down towards your toes. Now the heels are floating into parallel. You can lift the legs as well if you like. And then we reach down towards the toes, hold it there, and then come back down and release. So it's lift, floating off the floor, shoulders lift, elbows, fingers reaching down, active through the legs if the legs are lifting. So I'm working through my back chain here, glutes, hamstrings, back, and reach. Lengthen the fingers, hold it, and then come back down. Two more. So lifting the nose, shoulders, elbows, fingers, reaching down, trying to open up the elbows, lifting the hands a bit more if you can because we are working in front of computers now. So reach the hands a little bit higher than your bum, hold it there, and then come back down. Last one. Lift the shoulders, lift the nose off the floor, reach your fingers, float the legs, lengthen everything out. You're flying through air like a dart in the sky. Reaching down, open up those elbows. They need to stretch a bit more now. Fingertips reaching just above your bum. Hold it there. Keep feeling that chest floating off the floor almost. And then come back down. And then taking the hands next to your chest, you're just going to push up from here. Sitting up, push back, either into a cat or into a rest position, child's pose. And just soften the shoulders, reaching down. Lengthen that tailbone down towards your heels. And then reach your fingers. And then draw yourself up. You can stay a little longer if you like.